cleaner's glass was white with steam, the street outside was gold, and July hung in paper slips on wires neatly rolled. You stood beside the pressing board with starch upon your hand, the tickets clipped by number there, the suits in quiet bands. A woman brought a sailor blouse, a boy asked after cuffs, and from the back the iron breathed its little clouds of love. He came in near the closing hour, his hat held at his side. The dark suit waited brushed and warm, the collar opened wide. He said he must not keep them long, the church was across town. You found one grain of wedding rice where his left lapel turned down. Brush the lapel clean, brush the lapel clean. Let no small sign of other hands stay where it can be seen. Brush the lapel clean. I watched your fingers know how gently one may send a man where one must never go. You took the bone-handled brush and worked the cloth with care, not smiling at the rice grain, not asking who was there. The shop bell shook once in the heat, a streetcar crossed the square. He checked his watch and thanked you twice for saving him repair. My own brown jacket hung behind the counter, tagged and pressed. I had no cause to wait so long, no stain left to confess. But when you smoothed his shoulder seam and turned the collar flat, I saw how much a practiced hand can give and not take back. It was not envy, I would say, to steam and wire and wool, not envy of a chapel door, a carriage or a rule. But certain grains of ordinary white can show a heart too well. What falls from someone else's day may stay where no one tells. Brush the lapel clean, let the dark cloth lie. Let him reach the wedding steps with nothing gone awry. Brush the lapel clean, no claim, no flower, no tear, only your hand making him ready for another's year. The shop went dim, the iron cooled, the claim slips lost their shine, and on the floor that little grain looked almost nearly mine. The hallway smelled of chalk and paste. The bell had just rung through, and in the nurse's little room, the basin held the blue. You stood beside the medicine shelf with cotton in your hand, a ledger open to the date, a chair too small to stand. The playground dust was on his knees, his pride was worse than skin. He kept his chin set hard and high to hold the crying in. He washed the thumb and turned it slow, not making much of pain. Then blew the iodine dry before it stung again. A ruler tapped beyond the wall, the class began to add. And all at once that quiet room seemed kinder than it had. He tore the gauze in one clean strip, then folded it just twice, and said the bravest boys you knew still had to take advice. He watched you tie the little knot as if it were a prize, then looked at me and looked away with sunlight in his eyes. My errand there was nothing much, a note the teacher sent. I stood beside the open door and forgot the way I went. You wrote his name beneath the line, then gave his sleeve a brush, and sent him back with both hands whole inside the morning hush. The bandage on the thumb, wide against the school day sun, was only meant to hold a hurt till arithmetic was done. The bandage on the thumb, I watched your fingers stay, and learned how softly care can speak when pride is in the way. No one would call it tenderness, a basin, gauze and chair. A boy who fell beside the swings, a nurse with pinned up hair. Yet some small mercies keep their place long after bells have gone. The hand that does not shame the wound, but helps the child move on. The bandage on the thumb, neat beneath his cuff of blue, held more than cotton tape and thread because it came from you. The bandage on the thumb, plain as any schoolroom thing, still shows me how a gentle hand can send the hurt back singing. The bell rang out for recess time, the hallway filled with feet, and in your book the morning stayed, recorded small and sweet.
The pool bell rang at 4:30. The whistles lost their bite, and July shone along the tiles in squares of watery light. She stood beside the towel desk there, with soap upon one sleeve, the wire basket stacked by number, the air too warm to leave. A boy came in with goggles lost, two sisters shared a comb. The lifeguard shook his canvas shoes and called the last ones home. Then near the bench, a little girl rose slowly from her chair, one rubber cap held in her fist, two bright new crutches there. Her mother reached to take her arm, the child pulled back with pride. The wet floor waited blue and still between the bench and side. She saw the shining danger first, before a foot had found that one slick square beside the drain where laughter thinned the sound. No warning crossed the locker room, no pity filled the place. She only took a folded towel and bent with quiet grace. She dried the tile from edge to edge, then stepped behind the door. So what had nearly caught the child was only floor once more. Dry the tile first, let the crossing be. Let a little borrowed courage move where none can see. Dry the tile first, plain cotton blue and white. Yet all the room grew safer there before she entered light. Some falls are stopped before they fall. Some kindness leaves no trace. A towel folded back again, a hand not shown its place. And some who know the tender art of helping without claim can clear the smallest shining square and never call it shame. Dry the tile first, let the crutches ring. Let her reach the doorway proud as if she did the thing. Dry the tile first, no ribbon, no applause. Only a quiet patch of floor where fear forgot its cause. The basket slept, the pool went dark, the towel cart rolled away. And near the drain, one Drier Square held summer for the day.
Twilight leaned on window glass, the cobblestones were bright. A phonograph behind the bar breathed low into the night. The waiter turned the corner lamp and set the chairs in line. The velvet kept a little warmth about your sleeve and mine. You rose as gently as a sigh and reached to take your hat. The rain was silver on the pane, I could not answer that. After the footsteps faded, the rain kept time along the stone and left the little room alone. After the footsteps faded, you crossed the floor in quiet grace, past marble, brass, and bread. A teardrop trembled near my lash, but never fully said. The door gave one reluctant sound, then shut the weather in. And all at once the empty chair looked wider than it had been. The phonograph grew faint and thin, a reverie came near. The rain wrote softly on the glass,
us as if to keep you here. No serenade came through the street, no grand goodbye was made, only your footfall on the stones until the sound grew shade. And then I knew how parting works, not always sharp or stern. Sometimes it leaves by little steps that never quite return. After the footsteps faded, the rain kept time along the stone and left the little room alone. After the footsteps faded, the waiter brought the bill at last. The lamps were lowered low. Still on the pane, the rain went on with all I could not show. Below, the druggist draws the shade. The stair smells faint of snow. Upstairs, the little signal lamps begin their evening glow. The galoshes by the stove leave commas on the floor. 3 folded slips lie face side down beside the wicket door. You sit before the walnut board with chords in black and red, one sleeve turned back above the wrist, one pencil at the ledge. The county bells come thin and quick. You answer without haste and fit one shining plug to one as neatly as to lace. I came to ask for Dexter 5, a simple call, no more. But heard you say, go on, she's there, and closed the booth door. A mother from the Ridge Road line, a grocer by the square, someone whose voice kept breaking up because the snow was there. You held the circuit breathing soft while all the shops below went dark one after one along the street under the snow. The line stayed open, the line stayed open. Past the hour, the druggist turned his window shade, till every far-off halting word found the ear for which it stirred, and no one had to leave the night half made. The line stayed open, the line stayed open. There are hands that carry parcels, there are hands that hem and mend, there are hands that keep a wire from breaking at the end. You never heard the whole of it, you never asked to know, yet something in the way you waited taught the voices how to go.
the line stayed open. The line stayed open long enough for one last yes and one more county name. And when at last you drew the cord, the room was only wood and board. But I had seen how kindness works without a sign or flame. The line stayed open. The line stayed open. You wound the fallen chords in loops, set both receivers down. The snow kept whitening at the curb. The clock hands crossed the town. I never placed my call that night. I stood until you rose, and all the way home every wire seemed humming through the snow. Twilight clung to window glass. The floorboards held the blue. A magnolia breathed below. The room was washed in dew. The canvas waited pale and still. The jars were lined in gray. No phonograph, no footstep yet. Only the edge of day. My silhouette beside the pane looked thinner than the night, as if one sigh could tilt the dark and let in tender light before the first brush. The whole hushed room began to glow with something only dawn could know. Before the first brush, a teardrop trembled near my hand, then vanished where it shone. The little saucer by the sink held one last star alone. I had no need of grander signs, no serenade above, for every jar and folded rag seemed full of waking love. The window glass turned warm with gold. The shadows lost their place. A reverie moved through the room and touched my lifted face. No masterpiece had yet begun. No color kissed the white, and still I felt the morning come like velvet over light.
quiet beauty does. It waits beside an ordinary thing and makes a world of us before the first brush. The whole hushed room began to glow with something only dawn could know. Before the first brush. At last I laid the color down. The blue gave way to gold. Still one small hush remained to bless the moment I could hold. Twilight clung to window glass, the floorboards held the blue. A magnolia breathed below where dawn came slowly through. The canvas waited pale and still, the jars were lined in gray. My silhouette beside the pane looked softer with the day. No phonograph, no footstep yet, no word had touched the air. Only the brush, the folded rag, and morning gathering there. The petal in the water lay white within the little bowl and made the waking room feel whole. The petal in the water. It must have drifted from the branch and found the sill by chance. A teardrop trembled near my hand, then vanished in its dance. I watched it turn once in the light, so quiet, faint and slow, as if the day had placed a bloom exactly where to go. Rooftops lost their blue. The starlight left the upper panes and let the gold come through. No serenade came through the street, no banner met the sky. Only a flower in rinse water and one awakening sigh. And then I knew how beauty comes, not blaze, nor cry, nor art, but like a little drifting thing that finds its waiting heart. The petal in the water pedal in the water. At last I raised the wading brush. The room grew mild and wide. Still one white petal kept the hush. The morning left inside.
The rink had turned the windows white, the benches shone with cold, and every scarf along the rail was red or blue or gold. You stood behind the rental shelf with skates in numbered pairs, a pencil through your auburn hair, a mitten on the chair.
The children crossed the rubber mats with ankles stiff and proud. Their mothers called above the band, the bright brass music loud.
One little boy came limping back, his left foot pulled too sore. You knelt beside the wooden bench and said,
"One loop looser."
You did not laugh at how he frowned or hurry him along,
You eased the lace beneath your thumb
until the tight felt wrong.
One loop looser, that was all you gave.
Room enough for one small foot
To learn how to be brave.
One loop looser.
I watched him find the floor
And thought how gently care can hold,
by holding not so hard.
A girl spun twice and caught the rail,
A whistle clipped the air
the coca cups went paper thin.
with steam above the stair.
You rubbed the blade with flannel once
Then checked the buckle pin
and sent him toward the silver ink.
to try the turn again.
He fell before the second post.
Then rose without a cry,
You only raised your hand a bit.
as if to tell him why.
My own skates waited by the door, the leather cracked and worn,
But I stayed near the counter still,
to watch the afternoon.
the band began a slower tune.
The lamps came on in rows
You tied another careful bow,
and warmed your fingers close. One loop looser,
nothing grand or wise,
only space enough for pain.
to leave a pair of eyes.
One loop looser,
The knot was still secure,
yet something in the way you tied
made winter less unsure.
Years may take the rink away,
The heater, rails and song,
the rented skates with painted marks,
the mittens left too long.
but not the lesson of your hands.
Plain as a working rule.
What wishes to go farther must not be fastened cruel. One loop looser,
Softly at the start,
you gave the boy his balance back,
and never called it art.
one loop looser.
I see it now and then.
The kindest hold in all the world.
Let someone move again. The exchange was lit by one desk lamp, the wall clock nearing 2, and rain along the tin roof seams kept tapping something through. You sat before the switchboard there, with pencils in a jar, the cotton cords in hanging rows, the town asleep and far. A doctor called from County Road, his voice came thin and crossed. A mother in the hospital had asked before she lost. Her son was somewhere west of Rome on work no train could mend. You marked the slip, then kept one jack reserved until the end. You let the other callers wait, then watched the small lights burn as if a life could hold its breath, until a voice returned. Hold the line clear, hold the line clear. Let no idle word come in where one boy must appear. Hold the line clear, no one in town would know how carefully you guarded space for love to travel slow. The night clerk asked for Bedford, Maine. A farmer tried the mill. The rain went hard against the roof, then softened on the sill. You answered each with quiet hands, then moved the cord aside, so nothing crossed that waiting place where distance had to ride. At 3, the overseas call came back, a crackle, then a name. You leaned close to the mouthpiece there and did not sound the same. Hold on, you said, and patched him through, your finger on the key. And all the room grew still enough to hear what could not be. You looked away before they spoke, but left the circuit true. The rain kept time for every word that passed because of you. Hold the line clear, hold the line clear, till the miles grow small enough for one voice to come near. Hold the line clear,
plain work beneath the light. Yet all of October leaned in close across that wire tonight. Some partings where no station smoke, no waving from a door. They wait inside a numbered room and ask the wires for more. And some hands know the mercy of doing less, not more, keeping the world from speaking until one voice comes ashore. Hold the line clear, hold the line clear, for the word that has to find the one who needs to hear. Hold the line clear, I saw your hand stay still, and learn that silence held with care can carry what words will. The room was blue as folded silk. The pane kept one small star. A hush from tired twilight stayed about the things that are. My brushes waited in their jar like guests who knew the hour. The floorboards held the last of night. The curtain bent and bowed. Below, a magnolia moved so lightly in the air. Its fragrance climbed the narrow stair as if to find me there. Then on the glass my silhouette grew pale and fine and mild, as though the morning entering had asked to be let in. Where the first light fell, the heart grew still enough to hear what night had left unspoken there. Where the first light fell, no footstep climbed the attic stair, no voice disturbed the room. Yet every jar and silver tray seemed listening in the gloom. A teardrop gathered on the brush, then trembled into gleam. Not sorrow fit for any name, but sorrow near a dream. Outside the roofs were pearl and smoke. Inside the canvas bare began to hold a little more than emptiness and air. No serenade came up the stair, no radiant summons shone. But when the first faint gold appeared, I felt less left alone. For some things do not come as joy, nor leave as sorrows do. They only lay a tender hand upon the harp and move. Where the first light fell, the heart grew still enough to hear what night had left unspoken there. Where the first light fell.
upon the pane. The blue began to yield. I set one quiet color down, as though a vow were sealed. And long after the room grew bright and common day took hold, something in me stayed listening where the first light fell. The cages woke before the street, their little wires rang, and April stood outside the glass while every yellow throat sang. You swept the seed husks from the shelf with one slow, careful hand, then filled the cup with millet grain and leveled off the sand. The rabbits slept in cedar shreds, the goldfish turned below. A boy pressed pennies to the pane and watched the finches go. You took one cage from near the light, not bright enough to stare, and tied a blue tag to its hook as if a name were there. Blue tag on the canary, small against the morning wire, told no song, and yet it seemed to steady all that choir. Blue tag on the canary, I watched your fingers stay and felt a common errand turn almost holy for a day. You checked the latch and checked it twice, then moved the perch aside, so nothing sharp would catch a wing when carried on the ride. A woman came with shopping string, a schoolgirl chose a bowl. The bell above the doorway shook and let the sunlight roll. You said he startles if you rush, then lowered down your tone, and all at once that little cage looked less like being owned. No church stood near, no choir wore robes, no candle dressed the air, only sawdust, seed and glass, and someone taking care. Yet there are ways a small life leaves that ask the room to see, a hand that knows how light to hold, what trembles to be free. Blue tag on the canary, tied before the child came in, bright as April's smallest flag beside the painted tin. Blue tag on the canary, not ribbon, prize or claim, only proof that even song was gently given a name. The child went out with both hands still, the bell swung once above, and in the shop one empty hook kept ringing after love.
Twilight leans upon the frames. The lamp is shaded low. A phonograph begins its waltz in accents soft and slow. You draw my chair a little back and hold your hand to mine. The velvet hush about the room feels faithful and benign. The embers breathe beside the grate. The rain speaks on the pane, and all the little things we own grow still to hear the strain. When the needle caught, you hummed the turn the room forgot, and love went on where music stopped. When the needle caught, your slipper finds the older mark. The rug remembers where we lost one winter to the snow and found one spring in prayer. You smile and murmur, darling heart, so lightly with a sigh, as if the years were folded small and set somewhere nearby. The record slips, then hesitates. One note hangs in the air. A little starlight from the glass falls silver on your hair. No grand serenade filled the stair. No trumpet knew our name. But when the phonograph let go, you never missed the frame. You only sang the absent beat, so warm, so sure, so slight. And in that borrowed thread of tune, you kept the whole room right. When the needle caught, you hummed the turn the room forgot, and love went on where music stopped. When the needle caught, the record thins to whispered dust. The fire withdraws to rose. Still one soft measure lingers on, where only starlight knows. And long after the last note fades, and long after the rain has talked, my heart keeps time to that small hum from when the needle caught. optician's bell had hardly rung, the streetcars thin toward 5, and dust along the counter glass kept little sons alive. He stood beneath the eye chart there, with lenses in a tray, the trial frames beside his hand, the afternoon gone gray. A schoolboy chose a tortoise pair, a clerk wrapped cases brown, and May leaned through the striped front shade upon the quiet town. She came in with her sewing bag, her thimble in one seam. She said the needle looked too small and tried to make it seem a thing that happens now and then, a nuisance, nothing more. But both her hands held tight around the handle at the door. He set the little silver frame across her careful face, then turned the dial lens by lens with unannouncing grace. The black marks blurred, then cleared, then blurred. She laughed and looked away, as if the room had caught her age too plainly in the day. He did not say the years had come, or ask how long she'd known. He only took the pointer down and lowered what was shown. One line larger softly said, "Then we shall find the right." And all the shop grew kinder there around her borrowed sight. Some pride is made of tiny things, a thread passed through the eye, a name read on a medicine box, a bus sign going by. And some men know the merciful can live in where they stand, not changing what the truth has said, but placing it near hand. One line larger, let the letters stay. Let the world come close enough to meet her halfway. One line larger, plain black upon the white, yet something in her lifted chin returned into the light. One line larger, till the blur gives way, till the smallest useful things come back into the day. One line larger, no comfort spoken through, only a careful chart brought down where failing eyes could do. At closing time the case is shut, the pointer found its wall, and in the glass one lowered line still answered for us all. The pool clock clicked at 3:30. The tiles gave back the sun, and sandals slapped along the wall where shouting children run. You stood behind the towel shelf with chlorine on your hand, the locker keys in numbered rows, the whistle in its band. A freckled boy came dripping in, all elbows, pride and knees. He said the water took his key, the way it takes small leaves. You did not scold the missing brass or make his trouble large. You found a little cork instead and tied it to the charge. Tie it to cork, let it rise again. Some things are easier to keep when someone thinks of when. Tie it to cork. A laugh went through the place, and still you left his dignity as dry as any grace. The diving board gave one bright clap, a mother shook a sheet. The lifeguard turned his metal chair to follow flashing feet. You wrote his number on a tag, then looped the string once more. So if the deep end tried its tricks, the key would find the shore. He grinned as if he meant to say he never had been scared. You slid the cork across the counter like a secret you two shared. I came to ask for change perhaps, or claimed I had to call, but stayed beside the towel room door and liked the whole world small. Tie it to cork, let the lost thing show, let it bob above the blue, where careless swimmers go. Tie it to cork, not wisdom, not a rule, only kindness with wet fingers at a city pool. There are people who can turn a fault into a lighter thing, who know the way embarrassment can bruise without a sting. They do not save the world aloud or lecture what is wrong. They fasten hope to something plain and send it floating on. The boy ran back, the gate swung wide, the cork bounced at his wrist, and all that afternoon it rose from every blue he missed.